Hello, this is Bridget Conlog, Health Sciences Librarian for Pharmacy and Nursing at Wilkes University. Welcome to Searching Medline, a PubMed Basics tutorial. In this tutorial, I will review medical subject headings, subheadings, the medical subject heading search builder, advanced search, filters, and keywords. I will do a simple search that highlights the features that will allow you to get started using PubMed in an effective, efficient way. First, log in to the Wilkes portal and click on the link for the E.S. Farley Library. It's important to access PubMed through the Wilkes portal so that you see link outs in PubMed records for Wilkes full-text journal holdings. Scroll down and select Databases and Indexes. And scroll down again, select P, and click on the link for PubMed. The search question for this session is, in patients with type 2 diabetes mellitus, is cinnamon effective in blood glucose control? We will start building the search in the Medical Subject Headings database. The Medical Subject Headings, or MESH, is a controlled vocabulary used to index journal articles for efficient retrieval. It is one of the major strengths of PubMed. Click on the link for the MESH database here under More Resources, or access it here in the drop-down box and click on MESH. Our first term is type 2 diabetes. And you can see as I'm typing it's offering a menu, and we're going to just select that, and it takes me right to my list of headings. And here is our list of subject headings. This is called a scope note. Read the note associated with the heading to ensure that you understand the term and how it is used. If you click on the link for the heading, it displays the record. And here are all the subheadings and other information about it, such as the entry terms. There's quite a few for this record. And here is what we call the mesh tree. The mesh tree may be used to identify related broader or narrower terms that help focus a search, or can be used to find additional search terms. If you click on this box, you can restrict your search for articles for which this term is a major topic. If you click on this box, this will restrict your search from going to narrower terms below it in the mesh tree. PubMed features automatic explosion, so if this box is left unchecked, all the narrower terms for the heading will be included in the search. And I'm going to select a few subheadings for this search. So let's select therapy and drug therapy and prevention and control. Keep in mind that it's best to start with a broad search, and that adding subheadings can narrow your search substantially, but because I want to show you how these work, we're going to include it in this search. Okay, now we're ready to add this to our search builder, so click here, and here they all are with the subheadings attached to them. Okay, and the next term I'm going to add is cinnamon. Okay, and we have 6 results here. I'm not going to cover supplementary concepts during this tutorial. We want to choose, in this case, the major heading, but we're not quite sure. This is a Latin name. Okay, it says the scope note says that it's sold as cinnamon, so this is probably the right one, but let's click on it and let's check the entry terms, and there we see that cinnamon is an entry term for this heading, so we know we have the right one. So let's go ahead and click on Add to Search Builder. And then our last term is blood glucose. Let's just select that. You can also add headings to the search builder just by checking this box and then adding it to the search builder. Generally we do that when we're familiar with a heading. We know we can just add it right in. Now we're ready to search PubMed. So click here on Search PubMed. Okay, and here's the results. If I click on the title, if there's an abstract, that will be displayed here. And scroll down here. Under publication types, this will tell you that we have this actually is a randomized controlled trial, which, as you know, is at the top of the evidence pyramid. And here are all the terms that were used to index this article. One nice feature about the terms as they're listed here, you can click on the term and you can search it in PubMed, you can search it again in Mesh, you can click on Add to Search and it'll put it right up here at the top in your search bar, and you can combine lots of different terms from that listing and then create a whole new search if you'd like. This is a helpful way to find terms that you may had not originally considered for your search. And over here on the right, you'll see this feature, similar articles. These articles may be very relevant to your search and they may not be included in your result set. So this is a great way to identify other articles and other terms that you might want to consider. If you scroll up, you'll see the Wilks full text icon. Clicking on this icon will take you either to the full text for this article, or it will present a link for you to make an interlibrary loan request for the article. Okay, let's click on the back arrow. And if you want to read through the abstracts in your result set without having to go in and out of each citation, click here next to Summary on this little arrow and then check off Abstract. And then you can see all the abstracts are displayed and you can just zip through these and read through the abstracts and decide which ones you want to keep. When you're going through your result set, if there are things you want to keep, you can just check that box and say you want to keep this one. And let's see, say you wanted to keep this one. You can click on Send To and add it to your clipboard. Clipboard is a nice feature that will hold articles across multiple searches. So if you're running multiple searches in one session, everything can be held here in the clipboard, and then when you're done, you can click here and you can either check what you want and send it to yourself, or you can remove them. Before you send them to yourself, make sure you click on Abstract. Okay. and then click on Send To, and you can either click on Send to a file that puts into a notepad for you, a notepad file that you can save. You can also just email these right to you and fill out this box. If you need information on how to send them to a citation manager, I do have another tutorial on how to do that. Okay, let's go back. Okay. In addition to subheadings, another way to narrow your search is to add filters. So in PubMed, these are on the left here. One of the very common filters we like to use is humans. So this will screen out animal studies if you don't want to include those. You can see there were a couple here because we had 33 and now we have 31. PubMed accepts articles in many different languages, although the abstracts and the titles are in English. So if you want to see only articles that are available in English, click here under English. And you can see there were a few here because now we're down to 27. You can click here and you can customize it and choose all the different ones that you can see how many languages they accept. You could click on Show and then they'll all show up here and you would then select them. If you want to select by publication date, you would do that here or enter a custom rate range there. If you click on Advanced, this will take you to your entire search history for the session. From here, you can combine any of these searches just by adding here. Do you see it's up there? And you could add this one or that one. Not necessarily going to combine these are all kind of the same, but if you had separate searches that you wanted to combine, you could do that from here. And then here always are your result sets for each separate search. Okay, now I'm going to add some keywords. To add keywords to your search, first let's bring up, let me clear that. Okay, so let's add that to the search builder. Okay, so we can edit this. Click on Edit, and I'm going to add some keywords to this search. Okay, adding keywords to your mesh headings can create a comprehensive search strategy that will retrieve articles that have not yet been indexed with headings, or it will also search for terms that are so new that they have not yet been added to the mesh index. So I like to add keywords when I search in addition to the mesh, and I feel like I've done a rather full search. So let's do that. So put your cursor here after mesh, put a space in, and then type in OR operator, okay, and then type in just the keyword diabetes. And then we're going to do one for cinnamon too. So put your cursor here after the mesh, put a space, OR, and then just type in the word cinnamon. Okay, whoops. Okay, now we're ready to search. Let's click on search. Okay, and notice that we now have 65 results versus the 33. So you'll want to go through these, of course, and make sure that these are relevant to your search. Notice that the filters are still on, so you could take them off here if you needed to by clicking Clear All. If you have any questions about searching, please feel free to ask me or the other reference librarians at Farley Library. We are more than happy to help you. This concludes the PubMed Basics tutorial.